Friends, if your heart is weak, then please do not watch this video, because in it we are going to tell you some such cruel punishments, after which your heart will be shaken. In human history, such methods were used to give death to criminals and enemies, causing men to die millions of times. There cannot be a more cruel, barbaric, inhuman, violent, and intolerable way. This punishment was very popular in Asia because when the bamboo grows slowly, it becomes sharp. Criminals were tied up and hanged. Bamboos used to grow slowly, piercing the body of the criminal. Not only this, but he was also given food and water so that he could bear this unbearable pain for a long time. Tie it to the mouth of the cannon and blow it. This punishment was prevalent until the 19th century. The British blew up many Indians by tying them to the mouth of a cannon in this way. Friends, think how terrible this punishment must have been. Everyone will be shocked to hear this. In this punishment, the rags of the person were used to fly immediately. Many of our freedom fighters were tied to the mouth of a laughing cannon. Killing by beating on a furnace is more cruel than burning in a fire because, in this case, the person slowly gives up his life. In this, coal was burned from below by making a person lie down on a furnace-like structure. When the heat of the coal reached the human body, it would slowly heat up and burn. Today, if we put even a small hand on the fire, we get an unbearable burning sensation in a short time. So, friends, think what a terrible punishment it must have been. To feel hell in a boat was such a punishment in ancient Persia that the offender was tied to a boat. He was force-fed a lot of milk and honey to induce diarrhea. Then milk and honey were also poured on his body. The boat lived in the middle of the forest. Milk and honey attract many kinds of ants and insects. Such creatures used to gather there in large numbers due to human diarrhea. Crores of such insects start biting that person. His body was slowly decomposing. He became hungry and thirsty and eventually died. This punishment was prevalent in many countries. For this, oil was filled in the kadai, or water, and the person was made to sit in it and be set on fire from below. The oil gradually heated up, and the man's agony increased gradually. It was used to kill as well as torture and extort money. We are well acquainted with the Indian punishment for trampling under the feet of an elephant. In ancient times, elephants were killed by being crushed under their feet. It was a terrible death. Many parts of the body had to be removed immediately. It was prevalent in South Asia and Southeast Asia. This punishment of being stuffed inside a bull of brass used to be given in Athens. Under this, the man was stuffed inside a hollow bull made of metal, and the lid was closed. There was a fire under it. The metal in the fire would slowly turn red, and the man locked inside would die. The mouth of the bull was kept open, from which the cries of the man kept coming out, which also used to be a lesson for the people standing there. This punishment of ripping a human being apart with a saw was prevalent in the medieval period. In this, the person was torn with a saw from both sides by standing straight or hanging upside down. The reverse hanging method was more painful because the body was torn from the penis to the stomach, but the mind kept working, so the person used to feel terrible pain. In China, people are cut in such a way that they die instantly, put in front of hungry lions. The MP Theater and the Colosseum were built in ancient Rome, and there were fun activities. For this, criminals were killed in various ways. They were put in front of hungry lions. A lot of people were watching and cheering. In the Roman Empire, this punishment was carried out by being tied to horses. In this, the legs and hands of the criminal or enemy were tied to 4 horses in all 4 directions. After this, the horses would move with full force in opposite directions. This caused the man's hands and feet to separate from the body, and he died of extreme pain and shock. After this, the hands and feet tied behind the horses were rotated in the city, so that fear could be created among the rest of the people. Friends, these were some of the heart-wrenching punishments that were given to humans in ancient times. You're lucky you weren't born then. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, do it soon so that you keep getting such interesting videos. See you in the next video.